Hello and welcome to the presentation for Internet Safety Day, making sure we all use the internet we trust. Or do we trust it? We use the internet for many things, from social media to gaming to speaking to our family and friends. This is an assembly for ages aged 7 to 11. So Safer Internet Day, what really is it? Because it's all about trying to celebrate all the great things about being online, but it's about being safe too. And this year's theme is about knowing the internet we trust. This is in fact the 10th Safer Internet Day and has been going obviously since 2011. That's a long time, and now schools around 170 countries worldwide will be taking part in Safer Internet Day this Tuesday. So you can look round and you can discuss. So who here likes chatting to your friends on perhaps apps like Snapchat? Who uses video calling to speak to their friends and family on things like Skype and WhatsApp? Who likes watching videos? Well, I think we all do, whether that's Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, iTunes, and playing lots of games like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, and learning new things like doing lots of searches on Google. And of course, we all like listening to music. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have devices, and I'm sure some of you actually don't. Now, what I will always say at this stage is there's lots of devices that you can use, from mobile phones to Nintendo Switch to tablets to iPads and of course computers. And of course at the moment, with some people being at home, there's lots of homeschooling using remote learning with these devices. So we're using them a lot more. So spending more time on devices means spending more time speaking to parents and the adults at home to let them know what you are actually doing and what you enjoy. And of course, it's about ages. Now, you might all use devices for your remote online schooling, but of course, some of the apps might be for people who are 13, 14, 15, or even older, especially some of the games. Please speak to your parents or the adults looking after you before you try to install or use an app, because we are using devices a lot more. And for those of you sitting there thinking, well, John, I don't have a device. I'm not allowed one until I'm in year 6 or perhaps even going to secondary school. I will always salute people that wait. Well done. If you can wait to be the age for something like Fortnite or the games that you might want to play, that will keep you safe. But I also understand there's lots of you who will want to use things like WhatsApp for messaging or playing games like Fortnite because they're fun. So let's talk about trust. Can we trust everything on the internet, from games, from messaging, and everything that we might sometimes look up on Google for school projects? Those are the questions. Is it a thumbs up or is it a thumbs down? And are there things that we can do to find out whether they're truthful or trustworthy?
Join us on Safer Internet Day,
the 9th of February 2021.
How do you know what to trust online?
Well, I would always check where it came from and who made it.
If something seems too good to be true, then normally it is.
Hands up then, tell me something you have to think about or you can't always trust. What do you think?
Fake news. False information spread on purpose as news and shared by traditional news media or online social media.
Hashtag an internet we trust.
What can parents and carers do to help with trust online?
I think parents could make sure all of the apps are safe for you to go on and there's no harmful behaviour, and research and find out about the app.
How does it make you feel when you see false information?
It makes me feel a little bit stupid and sad and a wee bit angry as well.
Annoyed.
Well, it makes me feel kind of confused.
How can what you experience online affect you and others?
Well, first it's the proof. If you don't know what's true and what's fake, then it can affect your mental life or your physical life.
Hashtag Safer Internet Day!
I'm sure there's lots of things you can think to discuss about trustworthiness. It could be, what is trustworthiness, in the sense that you'll always trust your teacher when she tells you you're going to be going on a school trip. But how about if your little sister says that she hasn't eaten any chocolate, but there's chocolate all around her face? There's things like that. So although there's lots of great information as well on the internet that is useful and trustworthy, it's important to remember that there is also information that is not so trustworthy. Those are the issues about when Google and checks that you may make and things that you may read, see or hear. So it's important to understand that, and also you can discuss with each other. So now we're going to play a game called Trust It or Check It. I will show some examples of what you might see or receive when you're online. Have a think about it. I'll discuss it as we go, but have a think about it after this presentation is finished. Because there's lots of examples, and some of you will recognize some of them, from especially some of you gamers who like to play games online. So let's look at this first one. Trust it or check it. And of course, what you can see is a message that some of you might have seen, that about trading within a game. So you get a message from King Cody 439. Hey, nice win in the last match. Fancy trading for the purple ice blast? Saw you had to. And the reply from you could be, thanks. Yeah, what you got to trade? I've got a super rare star crystal. Send me the ice blast first so I know I can trust you, and I'll send it later. Now this looks like someone is trying to make an unofficial trade. You see, agreeing on the trade should really always be done using the official trading system within that game, if there is one. That way you'll make sure it is safe and trustworthy. So really there shouldn't be any unofficial trade for you trading by you gamers out there. And if you look at the message, you can see it says add friend. So what we do know is King Cody isn't a friend, isn't somebody you know, isn't a true friend. Don't forget, true friends are people who don't need to ask personal questions because you know them from school. So this isn't a true friend, this is just a gamer. So really we shouldn't be engaging with these gamers, and also we shouldn't be getting involved in what is called unofficial trading. So we should be checking it by speaking to adults, speaking to parents to let them know what the game allows, what trading is all about, and of course showing your parents how you deal with it. Because whilst you might feel let down, there's lots of other ways you may feel curious or confused, and that's what we want to really talk about as well. What about this? Congratulations, you are the millionth viewer to see this video. Click here to claim your prize. Trust it or check it. Now this is the situation where it's like there's been a competition, and it's very easy to enter competitions online because all you have to do is click. But of course we haven't entered at any stage, haven't had to do anything, and we all know that there isn't going to be a prize at the end of this. This is going to be like a phishing scam to try and get information from you. So how does that make you feel? Curious, confused, shocked or angry because someone's trying to get your information? Even here, when you might get a message from out of the blue that someone says, my number has changed, save the new one and delete the old one. And you might correctly say, well, hang on, who are you? Hi, sorry, who is this? I'm Olivia. Recognize me? Olivia who? It's Olivia, Amelia's friend. Remember, she introduced us. Are you from my school? If you don't tell me who you are, I will block you. I will send a picture where we are all together. Now this is a message coming perhaps on any system that allows for direct messaging or even in gaming. And of course it's interesting, a lot of people might say, oh yes, I might know somebody who's actually called Olivia. But of course, if you did, and they were from school or a cousin or a friend from outside of school, you probably would have added them already. And what's very interesting here about trust it or check it, Look at the last 3 messages. They're repeated. That is an indication that it's actually a virus within the system or within the device. So please be very careful. So there's something you can do by checking just by seeing it. 1, it's stranger danger because this is somebody you don't know. And 2, it's a possibility of a virus. Now, of course, this is really, for me, this is sort of even my age. It's a bit upsetting. Why? Well, because we like gaming and we like receiving messages from friends. But when you receive these messages out of the blue from someone we don't know, that really is dangerous and also is a bit worrying. But what about sort of adverts? I mean, we see these as well when you do headline check. We look for headlines from newspapers. Towing an iceberg to the UAE, which is the United Arab Emirates, for fresh water, met with ridicule. Now, we all know, actually, it'd be very silly for someone to try and actually tow an iceberg all the way from the Arctic to the United Arab Emirates. It would cost an awful lot of money and it really wouldn't be worthwhile. So what we must do is look within the message, perhaps do other checks, a second check, a third check, perhaps even a fourth check to see what this is all about. So be careful when we're doing school projects, because it's just too easy to actually get one title and use that, and without checking it, it might be untrustworthy. So we want to check this, check it twice or even 3 times. And it's the same with videos or photos that you might look for. Videos can be edited too, just like photos. So you might not always be given the correct information. You know, first time a world trick shot and shows you how they've done it. Actually, it probably wasn't true. But of course, again, by checking it and checking it 2, 3, 4 times, you'll probably find out, or you might even find out exactly how they edited the video to make it look like it happened. Again, how does that make you feel? And how about a message from a fellow competitor, a fellow gamer, that could read something like this? From Blue Lightning UK _11. Can't believe we've been playing together for a whole year. And you might reply, because you have been playing, no way, feels like I've known you forever. And the reply is then, we should meet up in person sometime to celebrate. What do you think? Well, straight away, you must make sure you keep all your personal information safe and not give it away. And of course, even though you've been playing a game against this person for obviously a year or perhaps even over, it doesn't mean you're friends. You can see it says add friend. Blue Lightning UK _11 might be trying to say, look, I'm the same age as you and I'm from the UK. You do not know. They could be anywhere in the world. They could be any age in any part of the world. That's the issue we have. So we cannot trust this. It must be checked. But the way it's checked is by speaking to your parents or the adults that are looking after you. How does this make you feel? Yeah, worried, a bit angry, and certainly a bit shocked and curious, because work needs to be done here. We shouldn't be engaging with people we do not know. It's far too easy for them to send us messages to try and get personal information and even try and meet up. So well done, brilliant. You can give yourselves a clap. That was trust it or check it. And I'm pretty certain that all of you were able to say, well, I'm going to check that, I won't believe that, and I certainly won't respond to those messages. And that's exactly what you should do, because you sort of become what we call an internet detective now, because there's so much information out there for you to find and use if you find it correctly. And as long as we know that we can't really trust it until we've checked it, that's a really good way of thinking this. Even though you probably know it's definitely true, check it. There's no harm in checking it 2 or 3 times, because then you get even more information about something that you were actually searching for. But there are other things you can do. Certainly question things, as I said, because if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is. But you can always check online and keep checking online, even check offline at libraries. And it's okay to ask for help from friends, from obviously teachers and teaching assistants, and certainly your parents and perhaps even your older brothers or sisters. You can ask them, they will help you. That is a way of verifying whether it's true or not. Because this feeling of possibly being upset, scared, curious, angry, worried, confused, we don't want people feeling like that. And as long as you're able to check things, you won't feel like that. You'll always know what to do straight away. Because it's quite easy to feel let down because you thought something was real and actually it wasn't. And that will make somebody feel sad, a bit upset, and sometimes scared. And certainly nobody wants that feeling for you or for your friends or people who are actually in your class with you. And you can help each other here, definitely. Always asking and always supporting them. That is so important. So remember that we must check everything. Don't trust everything. And what you can do is ask any adult you know and trust, which would be teacher, mum, dad, teaching assistant, carer, the adult looking after you, or even a grandparent. And please always remember to speak and tell to an adult you trust if anything upsets you or upsets someone you care about, worries you or worries someone you care about, frightens you or frightens someone you care about, concerns you or concerns someone you care about. That's why we ask, how do you feel about this? Because it is about you and it's all about your friends in your class, and you can look after each other. And remember, if someone asks to meet you offline, straight away, you speak to an adult you know and trust, the teacher, a parent, or somebody else that you trust, whether at school or at home. That way you can stay safe. So yeah, let's all use the internet. Let's enjoy using the internet for things we do, for talking to family, for playing games, for messaging each other. And make sure you do check things. Make sure you are nice and kind to each other. And of course, you start making the right choices. Making the right choice means that you can have more fun and you stay safe. That is why Safer Internet Day is so important every year, and that's why there's been so many. This one is Together for a Better Internet. Let's make it a better internet for us all, because it is our internet and it is our choice, whether you are 7 or whether you're 11 or whether you're my age or the teacher's age. Carry on making the right choice, and that way you stay safe.